All right, 4:32. Good Monday afternoon. Man, it seems like we just said Monday afternoon last week.
Amazing how quickly it comes back,
Wow. Right? Time flies when you're having fun, that's for sure.
Apparently there was a lot of fun to be had this weekend.
A lot of fun, a lot of less sleeping, a lot of activities going on, staying up, watching for snowflakes.
Exactly.
My kids, who I told them what I thought was going to happen, woke up and went outside and was like, it didn't snow. And I'm like, you were never going to see a pile of snow on the ground.
Exactly.
It wasn't going to be white when you came out. They didn't even get that.
But I did get a kick out of reading the local storm report yesterday, where it actually mentioned snow flurries in Clearwater.
Thank you to everybody that sent all your pictures and videos in. We really appreciate that. I got a bunch on my Facebook page that people posted there because that was kind of the evidence that we needed, right? Because it's not obviously not a big deal, it didn't cause any problems, but so we will say now, 2026 it snowed. Yeah. Right? Back to 2010. Now that's basically the time frame that we've been about every 16 years, because then you go back
every 16 years
to 1989.
Right.
So
and it definitely snowed in 1977.
At 78 we had it. So we're kind of on schedule now, right? All right. So what do we got? Another 16 years? Was that 30 to 42? Yeah, 42. 2042. We'll see if it snows again. So we are kind of turning the corner for today. That is the good news. I posted this morning. I said, I think we finally, I said the coldest, we made it. The coldest air is behind us at this point, right? Yeah. We're going to have we got another front coming through Thursday with actually a chance for rain, which wouldn't be terrible.
Chance for rain, but it seems like there's very little cold air with it, which is great.
Yeah. I think, tomorrow we're mid-30s, mid to upper 30s.
For the overnight low.
For the upper 30s in the morning. Yeah. Today we were 50s. I think Friday looks similar to kind of like today. Not necessarily a widespread freeze, but pretty cold Thursday morning, Thursday night into Friday morning.
Yeah, a little chilly and then warming up. We have more on the top end on Friday than we did today.
Yeah.
Like the highs will be warmer than today.
So the cold morning, I'm kind of looking now at the cold, right? When will be the coldest? And I think Friday we'll have another shot of it, but it'll be nothing like what we just saw. Certainly not what we had Sunday morning when we had all those issues.
And let's not forget the 54-mile-an-hour wind gust on Saturday.
Most of them were upper 40s and lower 50s.
But there were a few, more than a few.
Yeah, I saw that. That is tropical storm force winds.
Yeah, I mean, on top of falling temperatures, on top of the rain coming in, I was like, ugh. And then, man, it's just miserable.
Just awesome weather for the outdoor hockey game last night. I got to go to that, and I don't remember the last time since I've been skiing or snowboarding that I've sat outside or been that cold for that long. I mean, I got home and I felt like I'd been snowboarding all day. I wanted to just wanted to get in and get warm and get something good to eat.
Yeah, I was like, warm up. Yeah.
But incredible weather. Tampa really did show off this week. That was pretty cool to see. So let's talk a little bit of the warm up that we're going to see this week. That's the good news.
Yeah, gradual over the next couple of days. But then by the weekend, I think we get a nice little pop in the temperatures, and certainly into next week. Yeah,
those are the low temperatures that you're seeing for tomorrow morning. So close to freezing. We still have some freeze warnings for inland locations for tomorrow morning. Most areas right along the I-75 corridor have that cold weather advisory. Wind chills are going to be in the lower, the forecast to be as low as 30, but we're not going to have a whole lot of wind around tomorrow morning. So it's just kind of on the cusp because we have those cold temperatures for inland locations. But you can see, we're upper 30s to low 40s right there at the coast. So, yes, cold, another cold morning, but tomorrow afternoon we get a whole lot warmer. We'll really start the warming trend. And, of course, a lot of sunshine around. So let's flip over to weather, too. We can take a look at the current temperatures across the south and the east. And remember, we've got a ton of snow across the Carolinas, all right? North Carolina, South Carolina. We were watching a live shot of Gatlinburg that is covered in snow. 18 inches of snow in New Bern, North Carolina. That's my old stomping grounds there. At the
Parts
beach,
of Wilmington got a foot.
Wrightsville got about a foot.
Yep.
I mean, just right there on the beach. It's just amazing to see.
It's crazy. So my dad in Leland, you know how close Leland is to Wilmington.
L.A., the Leland area.
Yeah. He claims he only got 4 inches in Leland.
Because there was a dry slot.
Pretty dry slot and a pretty sharp cutoff.
It really was. So, and if you know anything about that area, it's probably about 10 to 15 miles, if that, from the coast to there.
Yep.
And there's the population since I've been here about 18, 19 years, but since I left there, the population has shifted a little bit. They just built it. They couldn't build anymore here.
Right.
So it shifted over towards that Leland area.
Yes, yeah.
And
different county too, from New Hanover
to
Brunswick, yeah.
And then I've seen a lot of my friends on Facebook that have moved over there that are like, oh, I don't want to hear dry slot anymore. And that was some dry air that got in.
Yeah.
It was Charlotte got a ton.
Yep.
The immediate coast, the Outer Banks got a ton, but it's right there.
A little wedge of dry air that got in there. And speaking of Charlotte, them nasty wreck pile up on 85. I think they actually called in the National Guard to clean up that
to
mess.
help that stuff. Yeah. None of us. Nope. 51 in Atlanta right now. It's still in the 40s for the most part, barely in North Carolina. We're looking at 54 here in Tampa. Most of the state is actually in the 50s. Miami's at 57, 58 in Key West. New Orleans at 58. But look what's happening at Houston. See, it's 70 there, 69 in the Big D. That is, I don't see, there we go. That is that high pressure right there. You see that? That is a high pressure. So what that's showing you is basically you have winds going clockwise around a high pressure. So it's pulling in the warmer air. This high, sitting like this, is going this way. So what's going to eventually happen is we're going to get more southerly winds. We're going to get into this warmer air here.
I'm shift eastward, yeah.
I'm getting into John Madden mode here. Boom!
You draw as well as I do.
Way. Boom!
You gonna get turkey leg?
I gotta get. I'm not used to your little things.
I know, right? It's set up
your buttons.
Yeah, exactly.
So that in a nutshell is what's going to be happening. Staying cold for the most part in the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but if you don't zoom it on in, zoom it out, because Billings, Montana was warmer this morning than Tampa.
Yeah.
So
30,
and it's still warm.
2 there, it was 30 here. Yeah, that's
crazy.
That doesn't happen all that much.
No. And, I think, Reykjavik, Iceland, last couple of days were warmer than Tampa. This is just to show you on which side of the cold air you're on. So unbelievable
What do you got loaded up here for us today?
Let's see. We've got some Futurecast. We've got some current readings. We've got we can take a look at our storm. Let's take a look at our bigger area. Oops, let me zoom out here. Bear with me for a second. We can find the storm. Look, it's making tracks. There we go. There we go. That's what's left, and not a whole lot. It kind of zoomed on out of here, right? Those little.
Yeah. So we're not going to get it. Visible satellite pattern is going to show that.
A little bit better,
because this is snow.
Yep.
All this over here, Kinston, you see all that area right there, Lumberton. Watch the beginning here. See all that snow?
Yep. Because it doesn't move.
Yeah, a lot of that's not really even melting all that much. That is just the sunlight going down. But you can see all the snow. Look down a little bit further to the south, and you just don't see as much down in more in the South Carolina. The parts of South Carolina still did see a lot.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach got a lot too.
You can see it up north as well.
Yeah.
Let this fill in a little bit. D.C. areas had snow.
Yeah. And still,
slate and ice and on top of that.
Yeah, most of all of it is still on the streets.
Yeah, right. Our winds here, going northeast tonight, or north to east, I should say, tonight into tomorrow. So boating obviously was not good as we got into this weekend for the Bay, and of course with everything that was going on with Gasparilla. So
horrible.
Finally, we've got a little bit of a break.
Right.
So if you're trying to get the boat out, I think you're going to do okay.
Yeah. It was terrible on Saturday. The seas were 10 to 12 feet and even bigger in spots. And the most interesting thing, it was either Saturday or Sunday, it was 10 foot and a 10-second period in the Gulf.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a legit groundswell at 10 seconds.
Yeah. You should see the East Coast.
Yeah.
West Palm is going off today. I'd love to get some video from that. Yeah, the surf does double overhead.
Oh,
over my head, I'm about 5'9". But it's like 10, 12 foot over there.
That's great.
It is huge. All right, let's take a quick break. 4:41, we'll come back.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool today.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
All right, everybody, let's take you to snow in Florida. This was Sebring early on Sunday morning, and that is wild. Highlands County, guys, that is wild. Those are snowflakes. A lot of times, when we get these setups, we'll get people to like shine a bright light, it'll be mist.
Yeah.
And if it's small enough mist, it can look like that. But that is actually snowflakes right there coming down there in Central Florida. That is amazing. That's far south, too, to get something like that. That's just how cold it was. Remember, the interior sections are colder, so if you squeeze out any moisture, you're going to have a better chance of getting it to be the form of snow. All right, let's go up to Charlotte. Take a look at this time lapse of Charlotte, North Carolina. My buddy's up there. Look at that.
It's the boat. It's boat time.
Oh, Bojangles, man. Bojangles.
Hopkins
spicy chicken biscuit.
He was espousing his love earlier for Bojangles.
Oh, man. We actually have one here now in
yeah,
Bells Park.
I heard.
Which is new. And I went to go there once, and the line was crazy. I don't need it that bad. But if I'm flying through Charlotte, I'm going to try and hit that if I can. But look at that. Love the snow coming in there. See, they started with a little snow, and then they had a break, and then it started coming back on. Now, watch right here. The heavy stuff really got started on the backside. That's when they saw the heaviest snow. And so most of it was snow, which is really good news for them. Now, look, this weekend's winter storm left its mark on the southeast. Hundreds of flights were canceled, as you can imagine, right? There were 100 of accidents, though, on the roads. Reporter Lee Waldman has a closer look at the aftermath.
There is a shadow here on my ground.
The most famous rodent weather prognosticator is calling for 6 more weeks of winter, an unwelcome sign for the millions still reeling from this weekend's bomb cyclone. And North Carolina residents are working to clear the snow after some cities experience the heaviest snowfall in decades.
If they get 7-8 inches, that's going to be more than we've ever seen, I believe.
Video captures the moment a train hit a semi-cab after it got stuck on snow-covered railroad tracks in Gastonia. No one was hurt. The record-breaking snowstorm caused more than 1,000 crashes, including 2 fatalities, and a traffic jam involving more than 100 vehicles, according to North Carolina's Governor Josh Stein. Thousands of people across multiple states are without power as temperatures fell, including in Tennessee, where some people in Nashville are still without power from the previous winter storm.
There should not be people dying in their homes that are freezing to death.
The Nashville Electric Service does not expect full power restoration to happen until next Monday. In Florida, cold-stunned iguanas are falling from trees in record low temperatures across the state.
This is easily 100 pounds of iguanas.
Meanwhile, in the skies, the storm caused flight disruptions. More than 1,100 U.S. flights were canceled on Sunday, according to FlightAware. Nearly 2,500 were canceled on Saturday during the peak of the storm. Warm temperatures throughout the week should help melt the lingering ice and snow. I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
All right, another house fell into the ocean in the Outer Banks. This is actually Buxton, obviously on the North Carolina Outer Banks. That was this weekend. This is just one of at least 3 reported home collapses from this particular storm. Now, this low, and the reason why they got so much snowfall right at the coast is because the center of the low was offshore. All right, and that allowed the cold air to come in from north to northeast winds. That means that the counterclockwise flow going around it pulls in north to northeast winds. But that also means that northeast winds make a lot of surf and a lot of swell, current, I should say.
And a lot of
surface
beach
swell.
erosion.
Well, and that current is what does all the beach
Yeah.
erosion. So if it's a northerly wind like that, it's just literally just eroding the sand from north to south. And that's typical. I mean, that's what we expect. It's basically a nor'easter is what they had up there.
A strong nor'easter.
A strong nor'easter, yeah. Now that the system's moving offshore, but it's still pretty strong out there, and the surf is up, including here on the Outer Banks. West Palm, as we mentioned, was a double overhead.
Maybe Reef Road and
the whole east coast of Florida is seeing surf.
Reef Road is, you know, I think that's the spot there in West Palm or Palm Beach or whatever it is.
So there are going to be some changes as we get going, and this one starts to show it a little bit. You see where that high is at the very bottom on weather 1 here, right over California. And you know, if you've known anything, like over the last 3 months, there has not been a lot of snow out in Colorado. All right, the ski season out there has been like, that's not a good thing so far. But watch what's going to happen. So you see the high, it's slowly shifting off towards the south and the east. And what's happening really is that low that's in the upper left-hand corner there off of Alaska, that's going to start to shift a little bit further more to the north. And that's going to allow high pressure. And you see this high pressure here. This is just a weak one. But what it's doing is instead of this big trough that we have here, it comes up and then there's another trough here, it's actually going to give us more of a trough here and then the ridge over here. So you got your high pressure sitting here and your big trough here. It's been the opposite. And that's why we've been so cold. We've had the ridge out west like this and the trough in the east. And so the cold air can come on down, right? That's going to flip-flop at least a little bit. And so kind of
pattern changes a little bit.
It's a pattern change.
And more favorable for us. So
for a warmer
yes.
And we'll actually see a few shower chances, but overall our temperatures are coming up.
Yep.
February starts at 72 degrees as the average high temperature, and it finishes at 76 degrees for the average high temperature. 4:49. We'll take a break. We'll come right back.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
I was driving when an 18-wheeler turned in front of me. I locked up my brakes, bam, slid dead into the truck. Bloody and hurt, I was loaded into an ambulance, and that's when I put out my phone and called attorney Dan Newton. Dan jumped right on it. He was in my corner the whole way. He fought the fight from beginning to end and got me $1 million.
Involved in a car accident? Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Dan, your awesome team deserves 6 stars. Thank you for winning my case.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
Jeopardy is for everybody.
That's amazing. Oh, yeah.
With players just like you.
Paramedic, a retired teacher, psychiatrist.
I'm a little bit competitive.
That's the spirit.
Watch their victories.
We have a giant killer.
And heartbreaks.
Oh, no.
The next super champion could be anyone.
It's almost like a superhero origin story.
It could be you.
Oh, wow.
It's all happening on Jeopardy!
Jeopardy weeknights at 7:30, right here on 10 Tampa Bay.
All right, guys, let's take a live look out in Gatlinburg. You know, they saw northeast Georgia, East Tennessee, almost all of North Carolina, saw a lot of the snow, and they still have a lot left. You can still see it all the way up on those peaks as well.
Looks good.
Yeah, looks cold, but it looks real pretty out there right now. I do see a little bit of a dry time here now for most areas, especially across the south and east, so it'll be a little bit of time for everybody to clean up a little bit. All right, Weather One, closer to home. We do have a couple of things here to show you today. First, let's start with that cold weather advisory on Weather One, if you will. Okay.
Okay. We're going. All right, there we go.
So,
There it is.
cold weather advisory along the coast. That just basically means wind chills now, down to low 30s, but I don't even think it's going to be terrible tomorrow. It's just going to be cold. Yeah. This purple area, though, is a freeze warning. So if you've been covering up anything, all your plants, that type of thing, I would still do it again. Okay? I don't think, let's go ahead and look at the 7-day forecast here. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot more temperatures below freezing for most of us here coming up. I think we got to watch Friday morning, especially to the north, all right, Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus. But most areas should stay above freezing. I do think tomorrow morning's probably worth it, okay? And that's why we have our weather impact alert. I was out and about a lot this weekend. I saw a lot of things covered up, right?
Yeah.
I would keep them covered up one more time. I mean, obviously take them off when the sun comes out, but I would keep them covered up one more night, and then tomorrow